Everyone, welcome to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe. Welcome back to those of you who usually stop by, and hi to everybody who just stumbled on me today. I am continuing today in my yard. I'm planting some containers. If you caught my last video, you know I stopped off at Home Depot and picked up some plants that I wanted to use in some of my containers and so on. I did get my tomatoes in, and I got my basil in, and my parsley, and some of my begonias. And today what I'm going to be doing is working on quickly, and a really simple thing. I'm not doing anything dramatic, if that's what you're looking for. Just something simple. I'm going to be working on the two containers which are right at the entrance to the pool, and the pool is still not open, and I'm not planning to open it for another 2 weeks because I am so extraordinarily busy. All right, so let's take a look at those containers and see what I'm going to do. Okay, so here's one of them right now. So you can see I have this spike plant here, this Dracaena, which I winterized, so it's nice and big right now, and I have some geraniums in here that I winterized. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out. But before I do that, I'm going to remove the tubers from my sweet potato vines that you can see right here. And, you know, supposedly I can get these to sprout. I don't know if it's too late yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like that old-fashioned science experiment, class experiment. I'm going to put the toothpicks in the side and put it in a glass of water and see if I can get, you know, some roots and some sprouts on there. So I'm going to continue taking these out right now, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, so you can see I got the tubers out from the potato vine, and also, like, look at this. This was also the potato vine, and I do see it starting to grow right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this in another container while they grow, I think. And because I want to plant in this other container, and I also took out the geraniums. I'm going to move them to another container as well, because I just want instant gratification on these. I want them filled and done, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put in 3 of these beautiful geraniums right here, and these are really full already, so I'm going to see how much room I have for anything else. Alright, so I got my 3 geraniums in, and now in these empty spots right here, there's 3 spots. I'm going to put Diplodonia in there, because that pink, it's a pink flower, and it will play off nicely against the pink and white flowers here of these geraniums. And here is what the Diplodonia plant looks like. Some of these grow like a vine, some of them grow more bush-like. I got the ones that grow more bush-like. Alright, so let me show you what I did with the plants that I got in Home Depot a couple of days ago. If you caught that video and you saw a few things that I bought. Here's one of the containers that I made right here, and I put the 3 geraniums in here, and then the 3 Diplodonia, which is also pink in color, and they're the bushy kind, and then the Dracaena. And I did that on each side here onto the entranceway into the pool. So right now it looks really green, but you know, it'll be very full and pink. I did not put anything hanging out of these baskets last year. If you were with me, you know I had sweet potato vine in there, but I took it out this year. I just wanted a little bit change of look right here. So let's take a quick other look and see the things that are going on in the garden. So last time you were with me a couple of weeks ago, I had just brought out my 2 big containers of the canna lilies, and if you remember, a couple of them were flopped over. So you can see right now they're standing up nice. I did have to cut a couple of them, like right there, but you see it is starting to sprout. And I also stuck one of my winterized geraniums in there. That looks a little sad right now, but it'll get nice and full too. And you can see the leaves are unwinding out, and this one is already taking a big change. If you also remember, I had the irises that I transplanted here, and they were all floppy, and you can see they are now beginning to stand up and upright and look a lot better. Here in this container, I put some of my winterized geraniums. I added some that were in the other container over there, if you remember, and I put them over here. And you can also see that sedum that I had cut down and it looked all white. Look at that, it is also coming back as well. And here are the burgundy leaf canna right here, and you can see again some of them I had to cut because they were flopped over, and take a look at how the leaf comes right out of where the cutting was. So this area right here is looking a lot better. In the past 10 days it's taken off and is looking much better. If you recall, I had to cut this elephant ear, and all that was left was this little sprout, but this leaf came up the other day, and you can see another one is starting to unwind right in there. And then this one as well, the last time I showed you, it had this one leaf unwinding. We are now with 2 leaves on this, so this is also doing well, thank God. The beautiful salmon colored begonias, here's one of them right here. I just put in a pot right there. I wanted a pop of color right there. And also what I did was in the back, I don't know if you can see it, I dug some of the tubers out. They're right here. This is going to be sweet potato vine. So, and that's that chartreuse color. So I think that chartreuse, and I'll just wind it down over here against that salmon, is going to be very like a showstopper. Look how great the hostas and the tiger lilies are doing. The irises are right there. They're spent as more flowers, but they look beautiful. The rhododendron back there is in bloom. The tiger lilies will be orange, and I think right now they are looking outstanding. Here is my little vegetable garden right here, and you can see what I did was I put my tomatoes in, and I built the dirt up around the bottom of the tomatoes because you know, they like to have dirt. The more you bring the dirt up along the stem, the more the roots are going to grow, so you get a good solid root there. And I put a stake in there, and I also put in the what do you call it, the not the gate, I can't think of the term for it right now, it's slipping my mind, the cage. And it will hold that tomato in there, and I do cut them back because they get a little bit crazy. I also put a basil, a parsley, a basil, and a parsley right here. No, parsley, basil, along the front edge of my little garden. And then right over here I have my 2 peppers, the long sweet peppers that are growing right here, so I gave them room to get nice and bushy. So that is my little garden area. So, you know, a lot of maintenance here, but I mean the hostas don't need maintenance, but I'm crazy. I'm always like cutting and everything else. And pool should be opening soon. The weather's been a little bit up and down right now, but okay, let me finish a little bit of my coffee and I'll show you the rest of the plants that I put in. So right here by the side door, I put a terracotta pot of basil, and it really likes it in this spot right here, and they grow really nice, and it gives that fragrance as we come in and out of the garage door. In this large terracotta pot, I used more of those salmon begonias, and I love them. I had to put this little trellis here because they were flopping over. We had a really heavy rain, and they're really heavy, so I want to give them a little support so that they can grow. And I had some Vinca Vine. I have Vinca Vine growing wild in my yard, and for those of you that don't know, that gets a very pale lilac flower on it, and against that salmon, it is going to look beautiful. I put 3 of the Vinca Vines in that. And then right next to it, I have another terracotta pot right here, and I put my Italian parsley in there. So this little area is coming along. All I have left to do is to put a screen up in front of the air conditioner condenser so you don't see that. Here, I'm getting my spaghetti string beans ready that I love. Marianne makes them for me with tomato sauce, the red tomato sauce, and I absolutely love them. So I planted them in there, and as you notice, I have 3 stakes here. Now, what I do is I actually make a trellis myself using string, kind of like a spider web. I go horizontal, and then I go vertical. I didn't do the string yet because I just planted the seed right now. So they're all in there, and hopefully they will start sprouting soon. Take a walk with me along Hosta Trail right here, and take a look. Here's my foot. Look how gigantic they are. And I have a gigantic foot. I have a size 13 foot. Okay, and there you go. Here's another container. I used the burgundy spike, which I think somebody told me is called Collandine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. One of my friends from England actually sent me the name of that, and also more of the beautiful salmon begonias that I got in Home Depot. All right, the 3 pots leading up the driveway here, I put Diplodonia, and again, this is the bushy kind, and here is the sweet potato vine that I transplanted the tubers from the yard. Please excuse my grass. It needs to be cut today. It is growing. I can't keep up with it. I cannot keep up with it because of the moisture and the temperatures. Here's another one with the same thing. I repeated this 3 times. And here's the 3rd pot also. Again, I think that'll look pretty with the chartreuse sweet potato vine against the pink. And then here on the steps, it's not done, obviously. It's not looking great now, but it will. Again, those burgundy spikes, and then the geraniums that I winterized, and they're kind of stalky and crummy looking right now, but they'll fill out, and I think they are pink. And then I have 2 baskets right here of Diplodonia, and then I need more for right there, but that's all. I ran out of plants. And for those of you who saw that video, a lot of you commented on how much you thought it came to, and a lot of you were right on. It was that little bit of a haul that I got, and it was before taxes, it was like $368. So a little bit crazy, but what are you going to do? It's going to be beautiful, I hope. All right, everybody. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Memorial Day. It is the Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you are all doing well, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Bye-bye.